What up, doofuses? You may or may not notice my bike sounds a little bit better. I fixed an air leak that was causing it to bog down in like the first quarter of the throttle, and now it just sounds way smoother, pulls a lot harder, and I'm really happy with it. But that's not the focus of today's video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 most important pieces of gear for a beginner. And I hate to pull the whole YouTuber trick on you, but number 5 will surprise you. Woo! The air feels good. Gotta love it. Alright, number 1 most important piece of gear for a beginner. Everybody knows this one. We won't spend too much time on it, but it's your helmet. You absolutely need a helmet. This is not really an argument. There's no suggestion otherwise. It doesn't matter if you're just going to the store to get some milk, just going to the girl's friend's house right down the street. Buy a helmet, use a helmet. It is the single most important thing when you are on a bike. Your brain is very, very important. You don't want to have anything tragic happen to you because you decided to not wear a helmet because you want it to look really cool. But I promise you, nowadays, nobody is looking at you on a bike without a helmet and thinking, wow, that guy looks cool. That's just not happening. All right, number 2, gloves. You need to get gloves, especially as a beginner. Obviously, veteran riders and people who've been riding for a very long time probably already gonna have several types of gloves, because it's just more comfortable to ride a bike with gloves on. But sometimes people, when they first get on a bike, they think they don't need it because they just want to feel the air. But you really, really, really want to get gloves. One thing it does is it helps with the vibrations through the handlebar if you have a really shaky bike like mine. And then another thing is, if you go down, you naturally want to put your hands down to kind of break your fall. Everybody does it unless you train yourself out of it. If anybody who's spent a lot of time skateboarding knows that you'll hit that tuck and roll before you stick an arm out. But with good gloves like these Cortec gauntlets, you have protection on the palm, so if you go down and slide, you're not going to rip your hands off. And with gloves like this, a mild crash, like 10-20 miles an hour when you're sliding across the ground, is not going to tear these things up. And if you weren't wearing gloves, your hands would be an absolute mess. So always make sure you got a nice pair of gloves. I highly recommend full gauntlet style gloves with the knuckle busters. There's these hard pads on the knuckles, so if you go down with your fist, you don't bust your hand open. But really, gauntlet or no gauntlet, it depends on your style choice and how much protection you really want. Number 3 is one that not many people think about. I know I didn't think about it when I first started riding, was your footwear. You want to get something that has adequate ankle support and that's not too soft. So if you're putting your feet down all the time, it might feel fine on a flat ground, but the roads aren't always flat. There's dips and crevices, and you want a nice solid platform to put your foot down if it's ever in an uneven area, so you don't immediately roll your ankle. So you want to make sure you preferably have riding boots. You can check Amazon or Revzilla or go to Cycle Gear. All the riding boots they have there will get the job done. But most shoes with solid ankle support, with good structure, will be able to protect you at least a little bit from rolling your ankle or anything like that. Because you'd be surprised how badly a rolled ankle can fuck up your summer. It might not be the most serious of injuries, but those things will nag forever. Number 4, it's gotta be the jacket. A lot of people overlook the jacket because it's not exactly the most fashionable thing. They're usually pretty bulky, especially with the pads in. Like I have a back protector, shoulder protector. But you really want to get something to protect your upper body. That's where most of your vital organs are. When you go down, your elbows are going to take a lot of damage if you go down. And you'd be surprised how big of a difference it makes with overall comfort. When I was just wearing my regular jackets or regular sweatshirts while riding, I would get so hot when coming to a stop, and then all my clothes would be drenched by the end of it, which is not the most comfortable experience. With the riding jackets, usually I would recommend a mesh liner or a mesh jacket with a liner in it, and that'll make it so when things get a little bit colder, you can leave the liner in it and it's nice and toasty. Mine is the Built Techno 2.0 mesh, and it like hugs my arms and my body when it's a little cold. I can be sweating in that, to be honest. If it's anything higher than 72 degrees, I'll be sweating with the liner on. So I have the liner out right now, and it's I think it's about 69 degrees right now, and this mesh breathes beautifully. I don't get hot at all in this thing. It's almost like I'm not even wearing a jacket, but I don't feel exposed to the elements. And obviously all the protection is really good. It's got elbow pads, shoulder pads, and I bought a level 2 back protector for it. So I got the vital organs protected. All right, number 5. This one is gonna be a little bit different than the other ones you might notice. And this one's your brain. The most important piece of gear outside of your helmet is what's inside of your helmet, and that's your brain. You want to make sure that you're not intoxicated, you're not under the influence, you're not overly upset, overly angry. You don't want to use riding a bike to get your anger out unless you can do it in a therapeutic type of way. You don't want to be super frustrated and distracted while you're on the bike and pushing yourself a little bit too hard because you're just angry at the world. You want to put yourself in a position where you're completely clear-headed. You can focus on your ride, you can plan the ride ahead of you, so you can have a safe ride and a fun ride. It's easy to use a bike as a form of therapy whenever you need it. Just know that bikes are very dangerous, and you have to be smart with the way that you do your therapy. Can't go out there and be reckless and just pull out in front of people that are coming down the street like this van did. Oh, that dude's a dick. You pull out and then go slow as hell. See, not everybody who's in these cages are using their head, so you got to make sure you're using yours. Honorable mention number 6 is some riding pants. Get some really tough jeans, or head to one of the riding websites that has like the Kevlar infused riding pants. I got myself some riding jeans with knee pads in them. I'm not wearing them right now because I just got out of the gym, but I'm looking into something more gym friendly. They are a little tough and not the most comfortable set of pants in the world, but if you're going out for a long ride, I know when I'm going out for a long ride, anything quicker, I'm always going to put those pants on, and I'm going to purchase more types of pants that are a little bit more comfortable so I can just wear it more in general. But the most important thing is not comfort on a bike, it's safety. Although you do want to be comfortable so you can stay focused on the ride ahead of you. So that concludes our list. It's time to head home, make some food, relax a little bit, and then go live on Twitch. See you guys there. Peace. Oh yeah, another thing, don't forget to like and subscribe and share my videos, please. I'm really trying to get this motovlogging thing off the ground. I love making this content, and I'd love to continue making it for basically ever, to be honest. One of my dreams is to get a S1000RR or a Hayabusa so I can make the coveted I can't believe I got my dream bike video and be out there on a super bike living life. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.